No mention there from Ferraro in the broadcast of what the story was there in that sequence. The story there, Mazz, Murray? The latest Finn to crap his pants. You see Soros. Did you see these goals?
I did, yeah. And the crazy thing was, I thought he was having a good night up until that third period. He had a great save on a breakaway from Noah Hannafin. And it was like, okay, it's going to be another tight game like the first one. And that was a Finnish explosion in his pants in that third period. Holy crap, literally and figuratively.
You know, Mazz, how you like to rag on Aussie golfers? Like, there's always a choke coming down the road for an Australian golfer.
Yep, great chokers in world history.
That's what I feel about Finnish hockey players. There's just something about it. They just don't know how to win. And it's like one pants crapping after the next. I was just sort of going through it, like, great Finnish hockey players of all time. Who do you think is considered the greatest Finnish hockey player of all time?
Teemu Selanne?
Very good.
Yeah, Selanne, yeah.
He's third. Yari Curry is number one.
Okay. Yeah.
See, I have trouble knowing who's a Finn, who isn't. Like
a Swede, I know.
Yeah, right.
I know.
To me, they're sort of all Scandinavian.
But
that's a terrible thing to say in some ways, but I can't keep it straight.
Curry was good on those Edmonton teams.
He was. I tend to think he was playing with some.
Well, right. Yeah, I mean.
Like, I don't know. Okay, so Yari Curry, he won. He did. Mikko Rantanen just won, right? He's with the Colorado.
Yeah.
Okay, he's the second. Teemu Selanne's third. Sasha Barkov, who I love, is fourth, and I do think he's a winner, except he's kind of a fake Finn, isn't he? Yeah. Russian, and he got to pick one or the other?
Yeah, I feel like that comes with an asterisk. You're right about that.
I thought Barkov had dual citizenship and was able to sort of pick, and because Russia isn't fielding a team, he's going Finnish, or he's played with Finland in the past, but he had a choice. I don't know.
I gotta look that up. That sounds fake.
Either way,
fake Finn.
Either way, you're rattling off names. I have yet to hear a goalie.
Okay, so like the goalies are all pants crappers.
Yes, they are.
Tuukka Rask, obviously. Who is the other one on this list? Good goalie.
Go live in Finland.
Antti Niemi. So he won. I think he won one in Chicago, if I'm not mistaken. But again, did they win because of Antti Niemi? Or did they win
the
because
rest of that roster was loaded?
Kane, Taves, Seabrook, Duncan Keith, etc. Like that team. And Marian Hossa, don't tell me he was Finnish. I don't know. It's just whether it stands up or not.
Go live in Canada.
The stereotype in my mind, when I see a Finn out there, it's like, he's going to lose. I just started to pick at this a little bit because I'm interested in it. They've only won one gold medal in the history of the Olympics. You know, Finland's like one of the biggest hockey playing countries in the world.
Right.
They've only won one gold medal, and it was the last one. It was COVID. It was the COVID year when no one played. So, of course, that's when the Finns snuck it in. Otherwise, it's like one pants crapping after the next. UC Soros. This is why we're saying UC Soros is the goalie there in Finland. And boy, did he crap his pants. That was as bad of a 10 minutes of goaltending as I've seen since Malcolm Subban made his Bruins debut. You remember that?
Of course. Hey, that was a disaster.
Wow, was that bad? So it's hard for me to gauge just how good the U.S. looked. Because I think there was the 2-1, you know, and Jim's right. Soros didn't fall apart until the third period, so 6-1 was on Soros. The U.S. was up 2-1, really through the run of play. You know, I watch them and then I watch Canada, and I feel like the U.S. is way undergunned, but I love the way the U.S. is playing. I mean, can't you just feel the imprint of the Tkachuk brothers out there?
Oh yeah. Yeah, just like that pest factor, for lack of a better term.
No, really, like, I mean, I was about to say, was it really the U.S. or was it the Tkachuk brothers basically beating up Finland?
Yeah, right.
Kind of. Like, it's the Tkachuks, look, I said, there's a bunch of Finns out here. No problem. But either way, these games have been good, Murray, right?
Oh, incredible. That first one, I was, like, pants off for. Because, you know, the question was, are they going to care? I mean, they constructed this thing. The players helped construct the thing, but you don't know. And it does. I was like, is it still going to maybe feel like an all-star game? And it's been anything but. Now, it's not like they're smashing into each other, but you are seeing some light hits, and there's penalties. The speed of the game feels faster because you have so much talent out there. I think it's been incredible. And by the way, I don't know if you saw this. The numbers have kind of backed it up. The first game drew over 1 million viewers in the USA.
So I think it's a win. You know, I overall I am pleasantly pleased. I don't want to say surprised. I didn't know what to expect, but the level of play, Jim, you're right. It's more physical than I thought it would be. The overall give a crap meter is as good as I could have expected it, and the star power is great. And so when you put guys out there who give a crap and that level of talent, it's good. And then I'm sort of a sucker for all the nationality and the theatrics and the anthems and all that stuff. They sing it before and after the game, right? Don't they do the anthem for the winning side? Like, that's sort of like, I'm sort of a sucker for all that sort of crap. So I'm in. Yeah, and I think it's important, like you said, that this is something that the players were partners in. So the players wanted it. You know, if you want this, then you gotta deliver. And I feel like they've delivered. And I think we're gonna have a good tournament here, just based off those first two games. Could have used more countries. I don't know why they couldn't field a Russian team. I mean, is it politics? Don't give me that.
It is. From my understanding, is the International Hockey Federation, which has a hand in this because, again, it's the nations involved, and it's very much like the Olympic tournament, that they said they can't be involved because of the political climate. But ideally, it would be 6 nations, and it's them in like Slovenia or something like that.
Well, I would say 8 nations. Get the Czechs in there.
Yes. So, I mean, when you get to 8, as we've seen in the Olympics, it gets really scratchy. You know, you're Germany and Norway and countries like that, which really can't field a team against these other. But, 6, then you give me 6. So I don't think it would take much to really, just really 2 more teams. And the U.S.-Russia, I think, is just an important game historically. And I do miss that part of it. I had one other nit to pick. And most everyone disagrees with me on this. The overtime format it's a 10-minute 3-on-3 as opposed to a 5-minute 3-on-3.
Yeah.
And I heard Bissonnette and the TNT guys the other day going off on how great this is. It should be like this. I'm one of the few guys that likes the current NHL format as it is. I like the 5-minute 3-on-3. I like the shootout. I think sometimes, not always, but sometimes the 3-on-3 is kind of a bore. There are teams that will keep circling back out of the zone. They'll play for possession. They'll have possession in the offensive zone, and then they'll circle back to the neutral zone and come out and swap out a player. And it gets a little laborious when it's up and down the ice and odd man rushes and all of that. It's great. Like, obviously, a lot of teams don't play it that way. Some teams sort of take the air out of the ball, if you know what I mean, in that 3-on-3. And I think if you have 10 minutes, the reason it gets to 10 minutes is because there's probably a team taking an air out of the ball. So, no, I'm not into the 10-minute 3-on-3. I don't know if you guys had a thought on that.
I liked it.
I know.
Well, it was just because you didn't see that, and I get it. Sometimes it is like cycling around, and it feels like it's too open, but it wasn't that for that first game. It felt like, could also make a case like why you might want that after watching that.
I mean, I do like the shorter one. I know they probably want to just make sure the game is decided there, so they extended it. But I like the tighter one because there's more urgency.
Yes, exactly.
You got 5 minutes. Let's go. You got
less is more. Less is more.
Like, again, there's a deadline. So move.
So, what was I just going to say? Oh, last point. If you're a hockey guy, it's like kind of porn, that Canada team. You just mentioned that first Canadian power play the other night where Makar, McDavid, McKinnon, Crosby. And Crosby's like blind behind his back. It's like, if you're a real hockey guy, that is pants off kind of stuff.
That first goal was like a holy crap moment.
That was awesome.
Yeah. It didn't feel all-starry either. There was nothing fluky about it. It was just, again, the precision you see with the best players in the game. And it was just like, holy crap, Jesus, that was nuts.
So this is what basketball should be doing.
Yeah.
And I think it would work because I've gotten the sense that the U.S. basketball players do give a crap. I sensed it in this last Olympics, even if they didn't perform to everyone's expectation. It wasn't as, elite as it could have been. I do think those guys care deeply about winning the gold medal and representing U.S. basketball. And not that you could have individual countries, but if you had, just USA versus the world, and you had a world team, Maz. I mean, just fill it out for me. Gilgeous-Alexander's Canadian. So you could have Jokic,
Wembanyama.
Doncic. Okay, my five was Jokic, Wembanyama, Giannis, Doncic, Gilgeous-Alexander.
Yes.
Jamal Murray, he's Canadian.
Yes.
Okay, so I don't know if that all works. Maybe Jamal Murray's in there. Give me another.
Porzingis.
Porzingis. All right, give me another one. Like, I don't know.
No, it's good. It'd be a good way to go.
If it was the world against the U.S., I get the feeling there's a rivalry as there is. I think the U.S.-born players go at those Euros. You know, like I don't know if they resent them, but you know, I think there's a kinship and a culture among the U.S. guys. Like they sort of stick together and all this, but they're not afraid to go, you know, throw their elbow into one of those Euro guys. So like, can we do that? Don't you think that would be good?
Oh, it'd be awesome. Are you kidding? Sure, yeah. And look, if they take it seriously, it can absolutely be great. My wheels are spinning now, and I'm sitting here going, "Who's the NBA's version of the Kachuk brothers?" Like I look at
Jimmy Butler.
Yeah, but I want two of them. Like who?
Well, Butler and Draymond. Now they're on the same team.
Yeah, who are the brothers that are going to torment the world the way the Kachuk brothers wanted to torment Canada?
Yeah,
like
the
they show up at a party and the parents go, "Are those Kachuk brothers here?"
Yeah, Brooke and Robin Lopez. You could do that.
Oh, the Lopez brothers, very good.
If you like that clip, check out more videos from Felger and Mazz here. For more Bruins analysis and opinion, hit this playlist. And for all the latest from the Sports Hub, download the app at 985thesportshub.com.